which is an obligation of the school board under the Pennsylvania law. We're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance. It's going to be led by students at Forks. So, Mr. Warren.
Good evening, everyone. With us this evening from Forks Elementary, we have some of our finest fourth graders. We have Yasmin Byatt from Mrs. Madison's class. We have Zach Sisko, also from Mrs. Madison's class. We have Joey Gaffney from Mrs. Powell's class. We have Talia Heiska from Mrs. Powell's class. And we have Ivana Opusahena from Mrs. Haller's class. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
People that are standing, we have some seats in the front if you'd like to take them. Yeah, we just got more seats. Mr. Moore, you told them they didn't have to stay?
They have to do their homework.
Very good.
Good answer. And study.
Hey, we lost half our crowd, TJ, thank you.
Okay, continuing with the reorganization meeting. Annually, at the reorganization meeting, there's a moment of silence which is held in remembrance of teachers, staff, students, and community members that are associated with the school district. And this year, also a moment of silence for the victims of terrorism in Paris and San Bernardino, California. So if you take a moment, please. Thank you. We have an election of a temporary president. Do I have any nominations? Do I have a second? Any further nominations? Motion to close nominations?
Motion.
All in favor of closing nominations?
Aye.
All in favor of Mr. Monahan? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very well. Mr. Monahan?
So the next thing on the agenda is the acknowledgement of election certificates. Do we have those? Or have they already been handed out?
They're on the online.
Perfect.
Ms. Ramirez took them all.
So welcome back to all the board members who are returning, and congratulations to our new members. Next is the oath of office to be administered by the Honorable Judge Joseph F. Leeson, Jr.
Yes, Mr. Monahan, we have with us, ladies and gentlemen, we're very fortunate to have with us for tonight's swearing in Judge Leeson. Judge Leeson was appointed by President Obama and confirmed by the United States Senate as a federal judge in December of 2014. He took the oath of office as a federal judge in January of 2015. And he currently presides at the federal courthouse in Allentown. Judge Leeson resides with his wife and family in Bethlehem. He's a graduate of DeSales University in Center Valley and a graduate of the School of Law, the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. We're very honored to have Judge Leeson with us to offer the oath.
Can I invite the board members to please step forward in the center?
First, let me congratulate you on being elected to the school board. It's one of the most important jobs in the community, and I thank you for your service. Please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Rodriguez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been an honor to be here.
Thank you. Very pleased. Very
Thank you.
honored to have you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Do we have a roll? We got roll. Number 7, public comments regarding agenda items only. Do we have any comments from the public on agenda items for the special meeting? Seeing none, move on to the election of president. So at this time, I will open the floor for nominations for the board president.
I'd like to nominate Janet Boe for president. Could we combine them, the nomination? You want me to be president and vice president? Big enough, but not.
You're big
I'm not gonna
enough.
fire back with old jokes.
I would make them separate, so that the record's clear.
So there's a nomination for president. So how do we do this, Mr. Spry? Do we just close the nominations, or
Is there a second?
I'll make
Second it?
close nomination.
I'll second it.
Perfect. So then any,
All in favor of Mr. Pinto?
all right, so all in favor of Mr. Pennebone as the president for the next year, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Congratulations, Mr. Pennebone. Shall I go on with the vice president, or does he take over now? All right.
At this time, can I have a motion to nominate the vice president for the upcoming year? Billy, is there a second?
Second.
Can I ask for a motion to close nominations if there are no others?
That's what I meant to say.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, congratulations. If I could just take a second to thank Baron. I know your work schedule has been getting hectic lately, but I thank you for, we had a great 2 years together. You're still on the board, so I look forward to continuing to work with you. Thank you, though, for taking those late night calls and Saturdays and Sundays and having those meetings to get things done. So I really appreciate your service. We can have a round of applause for Baron Vanderbilt. At this time, just before we move any further, we have a new face to us who's been here before. So if we can all welcome Miss Jody Hess. I want to thank her for coming back. All right, let's move along the agenda here. Can I have a motion for number 10 to accept the 2015 board meeting schedule? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Can I please have a motion to adjourn and begin the regular board meeting? Second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? All right, at this time, 7:11 PM, we're going to begin our regular board meeting. Thank you. And we're going to go right to number 3 for the superintendent's report. Mr. Reinhardt?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Do we have a representative from the Eastern Professional Firefighters International? Yes, would you please come forward? Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our privilege tonight to once again acknowledge the Eastern Professional Firefighters International Association of Firefighters Local 713 for some amazingly generous goodwill toward our young people here in the community. This year, once again, they've delivered 300 coats to students in our elementary schools. These are new coats. They're made in America by union employees and through the nonprofit organization called Operation Warm. And the firefighters handed these out, well, I think maybe 3 weeks ago now or so. It was a while back, and certainly before they were anticipating the onset of cold weather. But this is a tremendously generous and gracious community building role on your part, and we really appreciate that very much. So what we have for you tonight, in addition to an opportunity to be recognized here publicly, is a certificate. Please, would you take this back to your group and let them know how much we greatly appreciated it, what you've done.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not much for public speaking, but I just wanted to thank Mr. Reinhardt. Everything he said was right on point concerning our program. It's a pleasure for us, the men of the Easton Professional Firefighters Union, to do this every year, and we hope to continue it and do better every year. And I want to thank Carolyn Serva and Easton Family Connection. Always great assistance with our program. She makes it easy for us to distribute the codes, and we're going to just keep going forward and keep doing it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Serva, could you just come forward for a minute? I want to acknowledge you while you're here and acknowledge your group for a number of things. Carolyn Serva serves as the director of our Family Connection, which is our family service and family center here in Easton. And they're housed at Paxnosa and Cheston. They have offices in both buildings. We've had a fabulous track record of doing wonderful things for families and kids through that office. And the board has been so supportive of this effort on their part. And while I'm talking, you might want to just check out the photographs that we had taken of the distribution of the codes. But it has to be noted that this entire initiative of a family center tucked inside the buildings and within the structure of a school district is so vitally important to communities like ours. And Carolyn leads that effort, and we turn to her and to her staff for many, many things. And they always step up, they always provide assistance. I will say that one of the things that we tried to do recently was reach out to the members of the community at the Paxnosa building who are unable to be conversant in the language, and they were able to assist in bringing lots of families together for a night of information about our plans for the Paxnosa building, what it's going to mean for their kids. We had, I believe, a very positive and interesting exchange with parents about what their concerns were. And again, we couldn't do that without the assistance of Carolyn and her staff. So Carolyn, on behalf of all of the administrators here in the Easton School District, and I'm sure on behalf of the board members, we want to extend our thank you. I'm sure this is an extremely busy time for you folks with holidays and so forth, but everything you do is vitally important to what we're doing. You know that. We are vitally linked with the community school effort at both Cheston and Paxnosa through Family Connection, and they are partners with us, and lots of great things are going to happen for kids because of that. Would you like to offer any personal comments related to either our great effort to get warm coats out or anything else that we've been involved in?
I wasn't planning on being called up here,
I
so
know
I'll
you
say,
weren't.
I will come to more board meetings if this is what happens at board meetings. So, I mean, I'll come up. No, I just thank you for all your support. We couldn't do what we do without the support of the district and being able to be housed in the building. So we appreciate it, and we're happy to help in any measure you can see fit. If anyone ever wants to come out and see our programs, learn more about us, you know how to reach me. Please come out and see us.
That is a
Thank you.
very good idea, by the way. If any of you would be interested in seeing how they operate within our structure, that would be a great idea. Give me a call and we'll set that up. Good. Thank you, Carolyn, very much. That's all we have.
Thank you. Number 5, reports. Ms. Price, CIU 20.
Okay, we will be on the 23rd, and the library just had a meeting tonight, in the conference room, and I just would like to tell people that it's Markham is an amazing place, there's many historical documents, and you can view, the flag, the Eastern flag there, so make an appointment and check it out, and it would be great.
Thank you. Before we hear the report for CIT, I asked last month for people on the board to think, if you have time to serve as a representative of CIT. Is there any nominations, or does anybody, would anybody like to nominate themselves to join Mr. Vandenberg and Ms. Weiss on the CIT board? Thank you. Thank you very much. Do I need a motion? I don't know. We haven't done that yet. Can I have a motion to accept Ms. Hess on the CIT board? Second? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Ms. Hess. And now the CIT report, Mr. Vandenberg or Ms. Weiss.
Well, actually, I'm not going to report. Our meeting is Thursday.
I will throw one quick thing out there. We're going to be interviewing an assistant principal next week. We have a couple rounds of interviews going on, so we'll be able to report a new hire likely at our next board meeting.
Is that for Mr. Bonson?
Yes, he's retiring. All right, thank you. Northampton Community College. Community College, Mr. Fainall.
No report this evening. We didn't have a meeting in December.
Thank you. Foundation for Eastern Schools, Mr. Buscemi.
Foundation had their dance. It was really a success. We have some video of Michelle dancing.
I don't have it.
We actually did 2,500 and 3,000 profit that we can use for more teacher grants and funding the foundation expenses. So it was a success overall, and everybody had a great time. Between 25 and 3,000.
Thank you, Mr. Buscemi. Charles Shren, Science and Technology Initiative, Mr. Monahan.
Our meeting is next week, so no report.
Thank you. Legislative, Mr. Fainall.
Just keep your ears open and see what keeps happening in Harrisburg. Or not.
It doesn't look like anything's happening.
I don't know. They're supposed to have I think some votes tomorrow. Yeah, so that's going on.
All right. Mr. Cox.
We have no student report for this month of December.
Thank you. Is there anyone here from the PTA?
Alex,
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
do the report?
Yes.
I'd love you to stand up.
Cheston Elementary will be hosting their annual Santa Shop this week, along with a family fun night on Wednesday from 5:30 to 7:30, and all are welcome to attend. Next week, Santa will be making a visit to the school, bringing holiday gifts for everyone. At the high school, the PTSA was very busy participating in and enjoying the Easton Peaburg activities. A snack bar was held during the bonfire to help raise funds for the post-prom party. Supervisor of Safe Schools, Mr. Romali, attended their November meeting to discuss the role of security team at the high school and answer questions. And we are especially thankful to him for his time. Yesterday, Forks Elementary held a Leader in Me assembly. The theme was being proactive. Coming up, the students will enjoy a Polar Express Day, and everyone will be welcome to wear PJs and send candygrams and messages to their friends. March Elementary will be hosting the Barnes & Noble Family Night coming up this week. Palmer is wrapping up their Giving Tree projects. They will also be doing another round of donation baskets to Palmer families in need for Christmas. Paxenosa has a super busy week coming up. Their holiday concert, Santa Shop, Cookies with Santa, and a visit from Santa to distribute holiday gifts. And on Thursday the 4th, grade will be seeing the Nutcracker at the State Theater. Shawnee, they will be hosting their Barnes & Noble Family Night this week and kicking off their in-school holiday shop. And on Friday, Tracy students were treated to a school-wide dance party complete with several hundred balloons, music, snacks, and more. The party was earned after the students collected more than 200 new memberships for the PTA. Pictures will be posted on the district newsflash shortly. And on Saturday, all are welcome to join Tracy families at Applebee's from 8 to 10 for their annual breakfast with Santa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. EAEA, Ms. Miles.
Rich Ressler, Executive Vice President and Chief Negotiator for the union. First, welcome to all the returning board members, whether it's from near past or not so distant past. Congratulations, and we look forward to working with you. Holiday preparations are on across the district. They started well before Thanksgiving, and will continue right up until the holidays with the teachers and all the staff involved. As a music teacher in the district, I would like to invite you to one, if not many, of our numerous Christmas concerts that will be happening over the next several weeks. So please know we are all working hard to make this time of year special for everyone and all their occasions. The union did just recently purchase 3 Christmas trees through the baseball program, the baseball tree sale for donations to those less fortunate, and I do encourage everyone to do what they can in this time of year to make the holiday special for all. On another note, obviously, substitutes are still a concern. We discuss it every month, and it just becomes an issue. And at this time of the year, it just becomes even that much more difficult to make sure all those positions are filled. And finally, while there is turmoil in the state, and we understand that the district is kind of in a tough position, along with pretty much every school district across the state at this time, we do look forward to beginning negotiations. At that time, you feel ready that we can sit down and begin. So, thank you very much.
Is there anyone here representing Helen and the bus drivers? No. EASD Diversity Committee, Mr. Reinhardt.
Nothing new to report. We will have something.
If I could just mention something on that, just to recognize someone, you can't, we talk about diversity committee, and we have Mr. Robinson in the audience who has led the area and all over many areas in diversity and bringing equality everywhere. So thank you for coming out tonight. I see you here. We definitely want to acknowledge you, Mr. Robinson.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, before we go to public comment, I just want to acknowledge and thank the students of the Eastern Area School District for how well they handled the annual Thanksgiving traditions. We were complimented, Mr. Reinhardt received compliments for our students by the Easton Police Department, also Lieutenant Romaldi of our own police department here in the school district. So, you know, definitely want to acknowledge the students for doing what they do and doing it very well. I hope you guys are in high school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are like 7'2" each. So where's the basketball coach? Thanks, guys. We really appreciate you. Pass that on to your classmates, Mr. Cuck. To the school, please pass it on. We appreciate the students and how they handled themselves.
Mr. Canaway, I expect an article in the agenda.
All right. We had no committee meetings held in December. Number 7, is there anybody from the public who would like to be heard on agenda items only? Anybody on agenda items? Seeing none. Number 8, may I please have a motion to approve the minutes as stated?
Motion.
Second. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Can I have a motion to accept number 9, executive session report as listed? Second. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Can I have a motion to accept number 10, all the way through and including K, which is the add-on addendum that we brought in. Also, number 11A and 12A, B, and C. Second? Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? At this time, we are on number 13 for those following. Is there anyone from the public who would like to be heard on non-agenda items only? Yes, sir. Please come to the podium, state your name, and sign in.
May I move the podium?
Sure.
My name is Marlon Worthy. I am a class of 1990 graduate of Easton Area High School. I am also a class of 1995 graduate of Clarendon University. I've always been a lifelong rover from age 2 on. I currently coach the junior Pee Wee football program at Palmer Township, and have been engaged with that for several years. Upon graduation from Clarendon University in 1995, where I was able to go off and receive an academic scholarship as well as athletic scholarship to play football, I sat back and watched a lot of things unfold throughout the course of 10 plus years. As a member of the football team here at Easton and an alumnus, it pains me to see where our program has gone. You ride down 22, you see the sign that sits outside the school, which promotes the history of this program. I care deeply about the history of my program. I put the work in, I sweated, I bled, and I want better for the kids that I am preparing to come through those hallways and put on those uniforms. Unfortunately, I've kept my ear to the ground and have heard the complaints not only in the stands, kids who've had brothers they may have come through and played, and parents that come to me on a Saturday morning when we're practicing at Palmer or even during the week. And they're very dissatisfied with the way that things have shaken out. I have a son who plays who's 8 years old. And it's actually part of my custody order that I had built in to go to Easton High School football games. So that's how important it is to me. I would hope that the board would hear the concerns of its citizens. We've had numerous athletes that come through our feeder programs and for whatever reasons don't want to come through Easton High School and go to other areas to play. There's nothing legally that stops them from doing that, but they reside in our area. They are future rovers. And I would ask that the board consider moving on to a new coaching staff. It pains me to have to sit here and say that because I have nothing personally against any of those gentlemen. But I love my program enough to know that we're not going in the direction that we need to go. Next weekend is the PIAA State Championships. Of the 5 winningest programs in the state, that would include us, we have not even had an appearance. Have not been there. Have not participated. Nationally, I believe we're 8th in wins. Of the top 10 teams, they've all have a semblance of a state championship or have participated in their state's interscholastic championships, except us. I've always strived to be better. I ask that from my kids that I coach, to be better than you were yesterday. Get better every day. And upon reading, and I was out in Western PA after the district championship loss to Parkland, and I was reading online the comments that were mentioned in the paper, into the news, into the media outlets about they had better athletes than us. They were the same athletes that were at Cottingham, and we lost 21-3. They were the same kids. They didn't grow capes and turn into NFL superstars. 21-3. 4 weeks later, 37-0, which equated to a district championship game. That would have been 4 years in a row. 13-10 overtime loss previous year. Before that, 42-0. Before that, 41-10.
If I can just ask you to pick up a little bit because we ran out of time.
I'm sorry. So I ask that the board seriously consider, for the sake of our kids who are coming through, to give them the best opportunity, genuinely the best opportunity to be successful not only in the classroom, but also on the field of play. The classroom is fine. The field of play, we're lacking. I thank you for your time.
Mr. Worthy, I don't know if it was you or someone else, but I spoke yesterday on a Sunday to Mr. Reinhardt, or today, Mr. Reinhardt, yesterday, Athletic Director Jim Prokrivsak. I'm going to formulate a subcommittee, and we'll discuss your concerns. We'll reach out to you, and we can sit and talk with some of the individuals that have these concerns that, you know, they've been reaching out to Mr. Prokrivsak, according to him yesterday. Mr. Vandenberg showed me a Facebook page today in an executive session that was created. So we just want to make sure we're hearing the concerns and we're addressing them. So I will form a subcommittee, and if you can shoot me an email, so I have your email address, and we will reach out to you, and you know, we'll sit and discuss the concerns.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else from the public who would like to comment on non-agenda items only? Seeing none, is there any other business from board members at this time? May I please have a motion to adjourn? Second? All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you for coming. Anybody from high school?